Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital fans, we have got Sonny Corinthos, Maury Spinard, heading into heart surgery later this week, and it may take a shocking turn. But is Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rhoda, the one to blame, or is it an unseen enemy? We're going to talk about whether Sidwell is the one that sends what looks like a hit woman in to sabotage Sonny while he is getting ready for his heart surgery, or has just come out of it. So Natalia Rogers Ramirez, Eva LaRue, told Sidwell about the surgery and the cardiac issues. So he may see this as a rare opportunity when Sonny is vulnerable, and it's the perfect chance to take him out. A few weeks back, you'll remember Natalia went to lay with Sonny, see the cardiac specialist that brick, Stephen A. Smith, lined up for him. And Natalia tagged along for support and to use deception business as a cover for Sonny's appointment so nobody would suspect he was in lay for a medical reason. But neither one of them realized that Sidwell was having Natalia followed by some henchman of his. And that guy reported back to Sidwell that Natalia was at a cardiology office for an appointment, and it was for Sonny, not for her. And then Sidwell got more info from his ex-wife last week as well. As of now, Sonny has ended his friendship and his budding romance with Natalia because she didn't tell him Sidwell was her ex-husband and her baby daddy, and she held on to that. And of course, right now Natalia is losing respect and friendship. She just lost her job. Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, BLQ, Amanda Seton, and Lucy Coe, Lynn Herring, fired her, and Sonny, Maury Spinard, didn't intervene, didn't care. So Natalia is desperate, and then Sidwell, of course, is offering to help her. So she's jumping at the chance because she's got issues with her son, Marco Rios, Adrian Ancondo, that he might be able to help her fix all of this. So Natalia told Sidwell that Sonny's having open heart surgery. Natalia claimed she didn't know anything much about Sonny's condition, which probably is a lie. She knows some details, but at least that we saw, she didn't tell Sidwell everything that she knew. But also, Natalia told Marco that Sonny betrayed her by agreeing with the deception ladies that she should be fired. So she may decide to betray Sonny right back and tell Sidwell every detail that she knows about Sonny's heart condition and the upcoming surgery and anything else that might be useful to Sidwell, who of course wants to get rid of Sonny. And because Sidwell had his spy following Natalia out in lay, he knows exactly what doctor that he saw and probably right where Sonny's surgery is going to be. And of course, Sidwell's trying to pretend he's a good guy now that he's in Port Charles, but we all know he's ruthless and honestly can be downright evil. I mean, he was making Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, play poker with death stakes, tried to execute Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, and Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, and Sidwell kidnapped Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, and was going to blow her up because her horrible mom, Holly Sutton, Emma Sams, stole diamonds from him. So yes, Sidwell wouldn't think twice about sending a goon to kill Sonny before, during, or after surgery. And it would be super easy for Sidwell to get rid of Sonny this way. Actually, it'd be pretty wild if he did it with Digitalis, if you think about it. However, I don't know how if that would work quite as well on Sonny since he has an actual heart condition. Anyway, I don't think Sonny's going to die. I don't think Maurice Bannard is going anywhere. But that doesn't mean Sidwell or whoever is behind this isn't going to give it their best try. I mean, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime shot to catch Sonny at his weakest when he can't defend himself, and Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, is not there. But the big question aside from will he survive, which seems likely, is whether or not Sidwell is the one that hired what looks to be a hit woman that's in his hospital room. So this week there's a shady-looking chick. Looks like a woman to me. She's in scrubs, and she enters Sonny's hospital room with a syringe loaded with something we have to assume is scary. And as this person's getting ready to inject it, Sonny wakes up and looks spooked. Bear in mind, his surgery is occurring just as May Sweeps begins. And on this Friday's episode, possibly as a cliffhanger, Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright, is going to get some news on Sonny's prognosis. And of course, Carly is in lay with him. She insisted she had to go along because he can't go alone. And originally it was going to be Natalia with Sonny, but she's out. And just to say this promo video, if you have seen it or not, it may be misleading. I do have to say that because it could be a nurse coming in to give Sonny something that's totally legit and ordered by the doctor, but it sweeps. So my money is on somebody bad there to take Sonny out. And since Sidwell was just asking questions about Sonny and the heart issues and surgery and all that, everything kind of lines up. Even if Sidwell sent a hit woman that doesn't succeed in taking Sonny out, which seems likely, we still might see a surgical complication with the surgery or recovery. You know, if Sonny wakes up and sees the person with the syringe before he goes into surgery, he may even tell Carly they have to delay it because he can't trust the environment. You know, alternately, because again, it sweeps, we could see Sonny flatline during or after surgery and needs to be saved. And if Sidwell is doing this, you know, Sonny may end up in worse shape coming out of surgery than he was when he went in. Obviously, Sidwell wants Sonny's territory out of his hands. He wants to weaken him. He's trying a bunch of different things, pushing him out of the peers, using the politicians and conspiring with Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott. So clearly, Sidwell's got this target on Sonny's, Maurice Bernard, back. Jason and Carly are on their guard with Natalia. They think that she has told Sidwell everything she knows about Sonny, and looks like they may be right. So at least Jason, Sonny, and Carly all have their eyes wide open. But things don't look good for Sonny right now. And of course, we also now have to ask the question, if that is a hit woman who's coming to take out mob boss Sonny as he's getting ready to have his cardiac surgery or afterwards, is it Sidwell that sent this person? I say that because, you know, Jason cornered Sidwell, who insisted he did not firebomb Sonny's penthouse. And while talking to Anna, I believe it was, Jason said he actually believed it. And he told Sonny the same thing. And if it is true, you know, because Jason does have good instincts, and Sidwell didn't firebomb the penthouse, then there is somebody else out there trying to kill Sonny. So just because Sidwell just found out about the heart surgery does not necessarily mean he's the one who sent the naughty nurse with the syringe. We got to think about that. So fingers crossed that whoever sent this bad person after Sonny assuming it's not prescribed medication, let's hope they're not going to get away with it. Port Charles has seen its fair share of chaos, but when Sonny Corinthos goes under the knife for a high-risk emergency procedure, what should have been a controlled operation turns into a sinister mystery. The question on everyone's mind: did Dr. Austin Sidwell sabotage Sonny's surgery, or is someone else pulling the strings from the shadows? A medical emergency. It all began with Sonny collapsing during a private meeting at Pazzulo's. Dex, quick on his feet, rushed him to General Hospital. The initial diagnosis pointed to a perforated ulcer, a condition worsened by Sonny's stress, diet, and years of dealing with mob warfare. Monica Quartermaine wasn't available, and with Dr. Robinson on leave, the hospital called in the newly reinstated Dr. Austin Gatlin Holt. But Sonny's trusted circle raised immediate red flags. Why was Dr. Austin Holt only recently returned to Port Charles after being cleared of his suspicious ties to the now-defunct Pikeman organization assigned such a critical case? Carly was livid, Michael was suspicious, and Jason Morgan didn't like it one bit. But Sonny, barely conscious, gave a weak nod for the surgery to proceed. Sidwell steps in. Enter Dr. Even Sidwell, a new, charismatic surgeon recently transferred from Mercy Hospital. With a sterling reputation and a quiet demeanor, Sidwell seemed like a godsend. He offered to assist Dr. Austin in the procedure, claiming he had more experience with ulcer repairs. Austin, despite his initial hesitation, agreed. The surgery commenced under tight security and a cloud of unease. As the team worked to stabilize Sonny, an alarming moment occurred. Sonny's blood pressure plummeted. Austin called for an immediate intervention, but Sidwell had already administered a different compound into the IV line. The monitors beeped wildly. Nurses exchanged nervous glances. For a heart-stopping moment, Sonny flatlined. Jason, watching from the gallery window, slammed his fist on the glass. It took 45 seconds of resuscitation before Sonny's heart restarted. The surgical team barely kept it together. When the procedure ended, Sonny was alive, but just barely, and in a medically induced coma. Questions arise. Austin emerged from the OR, pale and shaken. He told Carly and Michael that Sonny made it through, but his condition was touch and go. When pressed on what happened, Austin hesitated. "There was an unexpected complication," he said. "Something we didn't account for." Jason, always one to trust his instincts, pulled Austin aside. "What are you saying?" Austin reluctantly confessed that he suspected something strange in the IV line, a compound that hadn't been part of the surgical protocol. But without proof, he was hesitant to make an accusation. Meanwhile, Sidwell had already disappeared. His badge was left on the nurse's station. His locker was empty. Hospital security could find no trace of him on the surveillance cameras after the surgery. It was as if he never existed. Who is Dr. Even Sidwell? A deep dive by Spinelli revealed that no Dr. Even Sidwell had ever been employed by Mercy Hospital. The credentials he presented were expertly forged. The photo on his ID matched the man who assisted with Sonny's surgery, but everything else was a lie. The Corinthos circle scrambled to piece together who Sidwell really was. Spinelli traced a money trail back to a shell company in the Cayman Islands, one linked to Cyrus Renault. Jason clenched his jaw. So this wasn't a random act. This was a hit, disguised as medicine. But was it really Cyrus? Or was this too obvious? Enemies in the shadows. Carly refused to leave Sonny's side. She replayed the events in her head. Sonny had been fine days before. What if this hadn't been about his health at all? What if the perforated ulcer itself had been induced? Poisoned food? Stress-induced? Or worse, what if someone inside his circle had orchestrated this? Michael grew cold. He remembered his last tense meeting with Valentine Cassadine. The Cassadines were masters of subtle assassinations. Could Valentin have used the surgery as a cover? Or maybe someone new was emerging in Port Charles' criminal underworld, someone trying to make a name by taking down the kingpin. Meanwhile, Ava Jerome received a cryptic package at Windermere. A syringe, a black rose, and a note reading, "Next time, he won't wake up." She immediately brought it to Jason, her voice trembling. "I think this is bigger than Cyrus," she said. "This feels personal." Jason's eyes narrowed. "We're dealing with someone who knows how to cover tracks and play long games. A traitor in the ranks?" As Sonny lingered in a coma, trust within his organization began to fray. Dex was being watched more closely. Brick returned to town to audit Sonny's security systems, only to find a tampered access point at Pasulo's. It had been used the night before Sonny collapsed. Could Dex have been compromised? Or was he being set up? And then there was Dr. Austin. Jordan Ashford brought him in for questioning. His connection to the Pikeman Group, though legally dismissed, still cast a long shadow. Under pressure, Austin confessed he had second thoughts during the surgery, that something about Sidwell felt wrong. But he was too intimidated to speak up during the operation. Jordan asked him directly, "Did you knowingly allow sabotage?" Austin replied, "I didn't know what he was doing, until it was too late, but I didn't stop him either. It wasn't enough to charge him, but it was enough to put his career, and maybe his life, in danger." Sonny wakes up. After 6 agonizing days, Sonny awoke. His first words, "Where is he?" Jason leaned forward. "You mean Sidwell?" Sonny shook his head slowly. "No, the man behind Sidwell. I heard his voice when I was under." Jason blinked. "You heard him?" "I wasn't all the way under. He whispered something before they cut." Sonny coughed, then muttered. He said, "This is for Morgan." The blood drained from Carly's face. "Morgan?" Jason and Carly exchanged a stunned look. Was this not about mob power, but revenge? A familiar grudge. Further investigation revealed a shocking name: Dr. Even Cartwright, a disgraced trauma surgeon whose brother, Andrew Cartwright, died in a warehouse explosion in 2015. Collateral damage from a Corinthos operation gone wrong. Even had changed his name to Sidwell and plotted his revenge for nearly a decade. He'd studied Sonny's habits, bribed a hospital intern to dose his food with a mild corrosive to trigger the ulcer, and maneuvered his way into the OR with fake credentials. The attack had been personal all along. But as Jason reviewed the evidence, something didn't sit right. Cartwright hadn't acted alone. The forged credentials, shell companies, and escape route were too sophisticated. "I think he had help," Jason said grimly. "Someone bankrolled this." What's next? Now, the Corinthos organization is on edge. Sonny's alive but weakened. His enemies are emboldened. And there's someone out there, smarter, richer, and more patient, who wants Sonny Corinthos dead. The chessboard has been reset in Port Charles. Jason has taken the reins while Sonny recovers, and Carly is more determined than ever to protect her family. But the looming question remains, who helped Even Cartwright? Because Port Charles has no shortage of people who would like to see Sonny fall. And next time, they might not miss. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.